Hello everyone, Shintobean here with some more information about Pokemon TCG Pocket. If you go to the website pocket.limitlesstcg.com, you can actually look at all of the cards in the game, and it is updated very quickly. In fact, less than 24 hours after the Mythical Island expansion was released, they already have the entire set of cards here available in high quality to look at. This is much higher quality than you can see in the game, assuming you don't own these cards, so just a really great resource to browse through the cards. But they also have a really nice advanced search feature where you can, search by the name. All these different card attributes that you can search by. Rarity is down there. Even like the art style. It's pretty amazing. I mean, just for example, if I just tap EX and then search, it'll show all the EX Pokemon that have been released. So that's from both sets. Really amazing work that they're doing here. There's also different options for displaying the cards, for sorting the cards by type, rarity, etc. You can select how many cards you want per page. That's what text only looks like. How about small images? What is that? Okay, yeah, that's a lot of cards per page. Nice. They also have some pretty interesting information about tournaments and which meta decks are doing the best. So yeah, I haven't really looked through this too closely, but yeah, pretty easy to read, and you can see, specific statistics on how these different strategies are doing. So I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in looking through here. This will be changing, of course, with the recent new release. So yeah, let's just browse through the cards here a little bit and maybe take a look at some of the more powerful cards in the set. This is actually the first time I'm seeing a lot of these cards. Celebi EX, this is a big one. It's a 2 energy attack, but it can get more powerful the more energy you attach to it. And yeah, all of the strongest grass Pokemon in this set do seem to require quite a bit of energy. Now this is a really cool ability though, that will help you get that energy. The passive ability Jungle Totem. Each grass energy attached to your grass Pokemon provides 2 grass energy. The effect doesn't stack. So yeah, if you have 2 superiors in play, you wouldn't be getting 4 energy. That would be absolutely broken. But yeah, super powerful ability, and then if you combine that with like Execute, you can very quickly get the 4 energy needed for like Executor. The fire Pokemon seem a little bit lackluster. The new Ponyta and Rapidash, though, have a 50-50 chance of dealing a lot more damage than their genetic Apex counterparts. It is a little bit risky if you use a Blaine and are counting on the heads in order to KO the defending Pokemon. But yeah, that could add some variety to the Blaine decks. We've got 2 different Pokemon that require you to discard 2 fire energy just to attack, the Magmar and the Volcarona. This one can just deal 80 damage to any one of your opponent's Pokemon. But yeah, I guess the question is, how are you going to replenish that fire energy once you've discarded? We've also got the Salandit and Salazzle. These are kind of interesting because they interact with poison, which is a first for fire type. Alright, for water, I like this Magikarp. Just being able to basically retreat for free as its attack. Pretty useful if like your starting hand just has a Magikarp and then you draw your next basic Pokemon on the first turn. 30 HP means that Magikarp won't be sticking around very long in the active spot. Gyarados EX, so this one does not seem that good. 4 energy for 140 damage, it's quite a bit of damage, but discard a random energy from among the energy attached to all Pokemon. I'm assuming that means just 1 energy, and not 1 energy per Pokemon. That would be nuts. But yeah, it seems like it has an equal chance of hurting you versus hurting your opponent. Of course, water Pokemon are potentially able to get energy a lot more reliably than a lot of other types, with Misty and this new Vaporeon who can move energy from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. Pretty useful power there. Meanwhile, Dreadnought is able to potentially discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. And then we got another fish, Lumineon, which can deal 50 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Can't hit the active Pokemon, only targeting the benched. Only 6 lightning type Pokemon. The Raichu can potentially deal pretty massive amounts of damage, and combos with Lieutenant Surge of genetic Apex. The Galvantula looks pretty nice, although it does have pretty low HP, but the attack is very strong, disabling the retreat, and the Dedenne is just really cute. Then we got the Psychics. So we got just a regular Mew. This one is not particularly special, I don't think, but Mew EX though, this one is crazy. So much better than Ditto. And this one also combos with one of the new supporters that can just return it to your hand if it gets in trouble. We got this wacky looking thing that can draw you a card when it attacks. This one looks pretty fun. It is a stage 2, so it's a bit difficult to get up all the way up there. 2 energy for 80 damage, which can also heal 20 from each of your Pokemon, kind of similar to Butterfree. A bit low on the HP though. Fighting type, we got another Mankey and Primeape. This one can potentially deal 50 damage, or nothing. The Primeape just has a more reliable punch. I do like the Primeape from Genetic Apex though. If it just gets one shot, then it's kind of useless. The new Golem, 4 energy for 120 damage, and it takes 30 less damage from attacks on the next turn. It has 160 HP, so really tough. And you can use Brock to add more energy to it. The Geodude does take 2 energy to attack, which is kind of weak. I feel like the Genetic Apex Geodude is better. And then we got the Aerodactyl EX, which is the reason we're getting so many old Ambers from the new boosters. This one's just really powerful. 2 energy for 80 damage, and then you can stop your opponents from evolving their active Pokemon. Marshadow, very awesome. Especially against Pikachu EX, but just in general. Being able to deal 100 damage for 2 energy, and fairly reliably if you just keep it on the bench. Yeah, seems like a very good option. Stonjourner with a little Mew in the background. We got the Dark type, so coughing and wheezing. I don't know how useful this coughing is. You'd only want to use it, of course, if you're going like double wheezing. And the new wheezing, a 50-50 chance of preventing the defending Pokemon from attacking on the following turn. What do you guys think? Do you think this wheezing is better than the Genetic Apex one that just poisons the enemy and does 30 damage? We got some cats that have just a 1 energy attack. We've got this Scolipede evolution chain, culminating in a Venoshock that can potentially deal 120 damage. The new Dragon type, have not seen any Fire and Water decks yet, though I haven't actually played any battles since the new set came out. When it's in the active spot and takes damage, it deals 20 damage to the attacking Pokemon. And then we got some colorless Pokemon, so yeah, Pidgeot EX. This one is just a real bruiser, 170 HP. It deals 80 damage and up to 140 damage if your opponents have 3 benched Pokemon. It does take 3 energy. But yeah, that's just a whole lot of damage. The new Tauros is just a counter to EX Pokemon. This bird is sort of a counter to the red card, or if you just run out of cards in your hand, assuming your opponent has more cards than you. The Pokemon Flute, I'm trying to figure out how this would actually benefit you. I suppose if, like, say, you knocked out, like, an evolved Pokemon, and you just wanted to bring out, like, the weak basic Pokemon onto the bench, and then target it down somehow, or maybe fill up their bench so that they can't play something stronger. Seems kind of situational, though. The Mythical Slab, the card is a psychic Pokemon. Put it into your hand. If not, put it at the bottom of your deck. Could be useful. Budding Expeditioner, this one is like the Koga for specifically Mew EX. Leaf, better version of the X-Speed. And then we got all of the beautiful rare cards. Really amazing artwork there. I did have a friend who, he pulled 2 of these on the first day. I'm pretty sure he's a free-to-play player, so he just got incredibly lucky. But yeah, let me know if you've gotten any of these super rare cards from your first packs. But yeah, those are some of the highlights from this expansion. Some really interesting looking stuff. Let me know what you think are the biggest changes to the meta, and how many of these cards you'll be adding into which decks that you already have. Do check this website out because it is really nice being able to see all the cards in one place. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.